The more I think about it, the more I realize that I think we've all been foolish. And we like to point the finger at Dana White and call him a mean dude and say that things are unfair and that MMA has turned into boxing and there's too many politics and favoritism and grudges now, apparently. All these shenanigans. You heard me talking about the Indeed post for writers, for creative writers from TKO/UFC. There's just a lot of mess going on. And we keep saying, this ain't right. This ain't right, Dana. We talk about the rankings. We talk about contenders. We talk about what these fighters deserve. But I started to feel a little bit foolish today. Because I was thinking about our ammunition. I was thinking about what we go off of when we get mad at Dana White, when we get mad at Hunter Campbell, when we get mad of the brass at the UFC disrespecting fighters, disrespecting top contenders. And I thought about what we use, what our standard is to justify that, to make us feel valid in that righteous indignation. And what is it? What is it that we refer to? It's the UFC rankings, or as I like to affectionately refer to them as from time to time, the UFC Prankings. And we talk about they don't even mean anything. What's the point? Why do we even do it? But then, yeah, I thought about it. Why do we? Why did we ever hold them in such high regard? It was just another thing to keep us busy. I was talking about this in one of the videos that I did yesterday, how we know the interim championship titles are a joke. We know the BMF titles are a joke and whatever else are going to come. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. We are in this new mainstream casual era. They're going to have the Legends bout. You're going to see Chuck Liddell coming back. You're going to see Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock, Tito Ortiz, Tank Abbott. And I love it. I don't hate it. I'm excited. I would be more excited if you told me right now, hey, there's an event tomorrow. There's two events, and they're on two different channels. One of them is on Paramount 1. One of them is on Paramount 2. There's going to be, it's going to be Israel Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis again. Or we're going to watch Tank Abbott and Ken Shamrock. I think you know which one I'm watching. I want to see the freak show. So I'm all for it. But you know we're going to have a Legends title. You have to know we're going to have an intergender title. And the one that I'm the most excited about, I swear, I promise you, I will cry on stream. And I won't make it private. The one that I am the most excited for, and I don't know what they would call it. I guess it's obvious what they call it. I'd say maybe they call it the UFC 1 title or the OG. They'd have to call it something like the open weight championship. The one that I'm the most, oh my gosh. I'm starting to feel ways that are inappropriate to describe right now. I feel like Mike Tyson. Remember when Mike Tyson was talking with Joe Rogan and he started getting all excited, like at the wrong things at the wrong time? That's how I'm feeling right now. If we had an open weight championship, can you imagine watching Marab Divolawashvili versus Adesanya? Could you imagine watching Sean O'Malley versus Jan Blachowicz? This is what I'm here for. So it's going to happen, but I didn't even get to my main point. What I was going to say is, who are the people that make up the rankings? We hear it all the time. That I think people forget. Oh, by the way, before I get back to my original point, let me complete the point that I digressed for. What I was getting at was the UFC fools the fans, and we fall for it, and we love it. They make up these fake bouts, which are unimportant. They don't mean anything. It's ridiculous, but we get excited for it because a title is exchanging hands. Somebody's going to be a winner. It means something to us. The moment you add some kind of stakes, you could literally make the gift be stakes. It won't even be about. You could say Dustin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett are fighting, and they're gonna win. The winner gets a year's worth of steaks, like a year's worth of ribeye steaks. That would get the people excited. I'm telling you, it's a psychological thing. I'd be more excited about that fight if instead of an interim title, the winner's gonna walk away with the year's worth of ribeye steaks. That would get me more amped up. And it's just. That's something that they do to get us go, oh, it's a title fight now. And all of a sudden, we forget that it's fake. We forget that Ilya is out there. Ay, 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 ay. The most happy, joyful, depressed dude I've ever seen in my life. That's magically going to feel all better and everything's going to be all legally worked out the moment there's a winner from Gaethje and Pimblett. But it's, back to my original point, it's just the MMA media. We think of like Dana as the guy. He's the main guy. He's the one that knows all these things. He must know all of it, right? And I said it the other day. It seems like every time people ask Dana stuff, he's like, I don't know. I never even heard about that. I don't know. Do you know? Where's my assistant? Did you hear anything about that? What'd you say? Can someone translate what she said because I can't hear? Can someone translate what my translator said about the original person because I can't hear anybody in this building? A lot of people think like, oh, he's the guy. He must know. He's got his thumb on the pulse of this. Nah. Chale. It's these MMA media people that we like to laugh at. That we like to make fun of. And they have these stupid takes. Have you ever opened one of these articles by one of these MMA media dudes? They spend the first, I have to scroll 7 times. It's the most fluff, bro. They start off, I'll open up a headline that says Alex Pereira threatens Nina Drama husband's life. And then I open the article and I'm like, oh snap, it finally came crumbling down. What's going on? And then it'll be like, the UFC is a sport that started in 1993. I'm like, so I scroll and scroll. After John McCain almost shut the whole thing down, it was saved. Oh, jeez. I'll go back. The Ultimate Fighter ultimately revived him. Okay, and then originally Adesanya was a champ, and there was this dude named Alex Pereira that beat him a long time ago in kickboxing. Okay, so now Alex Pereira came to UFC and he won, and now Adesanya is thinking about going back to kickboxing because it didn't really work out. Long run for him in the UFC. Okay, so there's this girl named Nina Drama. Well, people call her Nina Chama now, and she's been making. It's crazy, man. And then finally, the last sentence kind of addresses what the clickbait title said, but not really, but just enough for them to not get fired. It's these dudes that make the rankings. It's these dudes that decide. We hear these dudes at the press conferences. We see them interviewing dudes on their YouTube channels. These are who we're putting all the huevos in one pair of chonis just on a weekly basis. Well, who's number one now? It's not fair. He's the right for the. Dana couldn't possibly care less about the rankings. We know this. We know full well Dana White could not possibly care less about the ranking system. We should never talk about it again. It doesn't matter if you hear Anik talking about it, Rogan and DC on the next thing, whoever. Well, this guy's ranked this and he's going to have to. It doesn't matter. Now, I know, at the same time, I know that Dana White could say one thing and then immediately 180 and say the exact most opposite thing ever in the next breath. We all know that. But we know that the rankings don't matter because even if he did care about them, we know who's making them. It's vanity metrics. Charles Oliveira is coming out so boldly. And I made this prediction. Yesterday. Just yesterday. I said I would not be surprised because they're in fight camp right now. Gaethje and Pimblett are in fight camp right now. That's burning time right now. Then they're not going to have the event till January. And then Ilya is magically going to be better and he's going to be happy and everything's going to be sorted out, right? Now, whoever won that, here's one pathway, is going to fight Ilya, right? Now they got to do all that fight camp. Now there's more weeks and weeks over there. They got to do that fight camp. And then there's a winner from that. Did he get hurt? Is there suspension? Does he need a procedure? Who knows? But let's say best case scenario, they give it to Armin after that. Now we got to do more weeks and weeks. And then by that time, they're probably going to want the title winner from the BMF title from Oliveira and Max Holloway to fight Armin. They're going to make Armin go through another fight. And then that's more weeks and weeks of him before he even gets a title shot. And then it puts a blemish on his reputation. Because who wants it to show up in their career, in their legacy, that they held the BMF strap? That does not look good. Give me a no contest, bro. Give me a draw before you give me the BMF. Serio. But then Oliveira's coming out even stronger than that. And he said, hey, it's my name, bro. It's my name. I got a bigger name than all these dudes. I'll chin all these dudes. And I got a bigger name than Armin. He even he said, Oliveira stated that I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically stated that Armin is the guy. That Armin is the rightful contender right now. But that it doesn't matter because Oliveira said of himself that he's the bigger draw, saying that that's all that matters. And Oliveira already beat Gaethje. And I don't think as of right now, and again, I got to do my deep dive, I don't think Pimlet gets past Gaethje. And Oliveira beat Gaethje. And I think Dana White likes, because let's not pretend it's not a popularity contest. We know Dana White loves Oliveira and doesn't really care for Gaethje in that way. Gaethje has rubbed him the wrong way lately, and he doesn't care for him anymore. He doesn't like Armin. If Oliveira gets past Max Holloway, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And then we saw how that happened last time. I think we need to stop fooling ourselves. I think we need to stop talking about the UFC Prankings. They obviously don't mean anything at all. It's pathetic. The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Apparently.